Hello everyone, and welcome to Hill Street. Today's story is Rotting Pill Ad by Scary Tale Ending. If you end up enjoying this story, please leave a like. And if you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe and become a resident of Hill Street. And let me know how I'm doing in the comments. And happy Halloween to all the residents of Hill Street. I hope you all had a great and safe weekend, and if you go out tonight, be safe and have fun. Now, let's get to this nightmare. I saw an ad on TV one night as I was staying up late, ready to turn my TV off when I saw it. The ad talked about a pill that could literally melt the fat away. I stared down at the tub of ice cream I had just consumed. Rocky Road. The tub cleaned of any ice cream. I only stressate at night, and my job has been getting to me lately. Especially Rochelle, my co-worker, who'd been telling everyone that I ate babies, and that's why I'm so fat. Limited time. If you call the number on the screen, you can get your fat melting pills in 24 hours or less. Just dial the number on your screen. I guarantee your friends, co-workers, and family will be jealous of your transformation. They'll be shocked. Buy now for only $19.99. I held my phone in my hands, tightening it into my palm, closing my eyes, and decided it would be better than running and doing physical exercise. Right? It's not cheating. It's just to help me get started. I know my best friend told me that taking pills wasn't the way to go to lose weight, but there was this voice in the back of my head nagging me to call the number. So I called the number on the screen as it flashed. The phone rang a couple of times. Why, hello Cheyenne. Are you interested in using our fat-melting pills? I felt a chill run down my spine. How did the person on the phone know my name? I got a little freaked out. How did you know who I was? I heard the tremor in my voice. Caller ID. We can get the pills expressed to your home, and by morning you can have the pills. All you have to do is give us your credit card information, he said in that creepy, sinister tone of his. But I do need you to verbally agree to the after effects when you take our product. That we are not held responsible for anything you do or whatever the pills do to your body. But we have a one-time free cleanup coupon. All you need to do is say I agree to the terms of agreement, and we'll continue this transaction. I thought about it, and slowly I got my card out. This isn't cheating, right? Okay, I agree to the terms of agreement, I said softly, feeling a bit uneasy when I did so. Then I gave him my credit card number and my home address. Thank you so much for the purchase and interest in our many, many products. Now I am legally to tell you that you can at any time return the pills within 7 days, no questions asked. Unfortunately, we need you to verbally tell us you want to return it. You understand? So, if I call you up and say I want to return it, you'll take it back? I asked, suspiciously. Without asking why, and you'll get your money back. Isn't that delightful? Sure. I agree to everything, and I get my pills by morning. Definitely. Have a pleasant evening, Cheyenne. I'm looking forward to seeing your results. He hung up the phone, and I felt like I was committing some type of cardinal crime. The next morning, I checked my mailbox, and there it was, a small box. I excitedly opened it, and there it was, the pills. I picked up the bottle and read the instructions on the back. It says 1 pill daily. I read through the other instructions and side effects. Headaches, increase of hunger, lethargic, rotting flesh, loose skin, anger bursts, may cause putrid smell from the body, may also lose consciousness, and so on. I thought some of that last bit was odd. Don't I want to lose fat? Isn't that why I got it? I opened the cap and pulled out one of the pills. The pills glowed blue. When I shook the gel pill, it seemed to glow even brighter. I thought that was weird, but I took it anyway, throwing the box away and taking the pills with me to work. I shoved them into my purse and went on with my day, which consists of Rochelle making fun of me as always. I didn't have the heart to tell Matt about my pills yet. I wanted to see if they were working. If not, I'll just throw them away, and Matt would never find out I cheated on my diet. If you were me, you'd do everything you could to get the fat off. My fat was so ridiculous. I even went to a doctor to see what they could do. The doctor told me what everyone has: get on a diet and exercise. But sometimes it just doesn't help. Sometimes I gain more pounds when exercising. How is that possible? So, what if I took blue glowing pills to help? At least it'll help, right? Or at least, I hoped it would. So far, the next 3 days I didn't see any changes in my body. Every night I looked in the mirror, moving my body side to side to see if there was a difference. But there wasn't. The fat remained. Until the 4th day. I woke up and glanced in the mirror. I nearly screamed in excitement. I could see half my fat was gone. I turned back and forth. I jumped on the scale, and it said I lost half my weight. I was excited. I jumped around and did a happy dance until a putrid smell hit me hard. I gagged. Then I looked around my apartment until I found out it was me. I sniffed myself, and I smelled like death, as if I was rotting something fierce. I hurried and took a shower and got ready for work. I took 2 of the glowing pills. I know it said only 1, but that's recommended, right? There's no label that says don't take 2. Besides, if I take 2, the fat will melt off faster, right? All that aside, I did look fabulous. And my coworkers saw the difference in me immediately. Suddenly, people around me complimented on me for losing so much weight. I finally felt human for once, and not some punching bag for verbal insults. Rochelle, of course, gave me a snooty look, and then said that I had gotten surgery, and that was how I lost the weight so fast. It wasn't her business how I had done it. She can stop telling people I ate 3 meals in one sitting. At lunch, I sat down with Matt, who looked just as equally surprised as everyone to see my weight was off. We sat in our usual restaurant and spot. He scowled at me. How did you lose so much weight so fast? Are you doing drugs? I shook my head and placed my order. No, I know you said taking weight loss pills is cheating, but that's what I've been doing. I pulled the bottle out and handed him the weight loss pills. These literally melt the fat off. He looked it over, and he pursued his lips in a grim line of disapproval. Shay, are you sure this is FDA legal? The side effects are concerning. Headaches, rotting flesh, teeth loss, increased hunger. He furrowed his brows. I waved my hand dismissively, and the smell of rot came back. It had to be my sweat. It's one of the side effects. Don't do that. Don't get all worrywart. I'm fine. See? I smiled. He forced a smile and set the bottle down and scooted it closer to me, if you say so. Although that smell coming from you is a bit much. When was the last time you took a shower? I frowned. This morning. His eyes flicked to the pills, and I snatched them and set them back in my purse. Don't blame the pills. I hissed, and when the server came back with a salad and him a cheeseburger, I'd realized I didn't want the salad. Eating some ground beef sounded good instead. So, I asked if I could change my order to a steak, medium rare. When she came back with the bloody steak, I all but dug into it like a starving animal. I know increased hunger is also a side effect, but I couldn't help myself. When I devoured the whole thing, I looked up to see Matt staring at me with an apprehensive look in his eyes. He'd stopped eating. He cleared his throat. I'd rather you not take those. It's not cheating. I snapped at him and froze when I realized I had stood up and was yelling at him. I glanced around to see other patrons whispering to each other, and I sat back down and scooted my chair in and took a sip of my water. "I'm fine." "I hope so," he muttered, and set down some cash. "I gotta run. I'm going to be late from lunch." He gave me a hug and walked out of the restaurant. I took in a deep sigh. I was fine, right? I didn't just make a huge mistake. I paid my portion and left the restaurant. As I was walking back to work, I felt hungry again and stopped and held my stomach as it growled. I shook my head. I couldn't possibly be hungry again. I just ate. And besides, I'm trying to lose weight, not to gain it. So I ignored the hunger pains as I went back to work. Working in an office with so many other people, listening to their conversations all day was starting to give me a headache, until my stomach rumbled again, letting me know I was still hungry. So I got up and went to the vending machine, but nothing looked good. Chips, granola bars, candy bars, nothing. That is until I saw Rochelle. She walked up to me and laughed. Her perky lips, her skinny body, with her blouse hugging all her right curves, and that short pencil skirt that made all the men in the office turn their heads to watch her ass. She pushed her blonde hair off her shoulder. "Hey there, Fatzilla. Going for a snack already? Didn't you just have lunch an hour ago?" I tried to ignore her while I tried to choose what I wanted. She snapped her fingers in my face. "Are you going deaf? Or is that all the fat in your ears? I know you had some type of surgery. People just don't lose weight that fast." I rolled my eyes at her. "Go jump off a building for all our sakes," I hissed. "What was that?" Fatzilla actually spoke up for herself. She laughed, and I watched her movements. And suddenly, a voice in the back of my head spoke. "Eat her. She deserves to be eaten." I started advancing on her and froze. Suddenly I realized what I was doing. I'm not going to eat a fellow human. Why would I? And Rochelle of all people. Gross. I went to turn back, but she grabbed my shoulder, swinging me back to her. "Don't you dare walk away while I'm talking to you." She hissed at me like a snake. Suddenly, I blacked out. I can't remember anything until I came to. I was in a dark room. I felt wet. I stood up, nearly slipping on something wet below. I turned on the lights and had to blink a few times. Looking at my surroundings, I was in the supply closet. But that wasn't the reason for my silent scream. A scream caught in my throat. Rochelle lay dead, and her stomach and torso ripped open with her organs mostly eaten. Her glassy eyes glazed over. I reached my shaking hand out to her and froze when I saw blood on my hands. Did I do this? I opened the closet door, and the office was dark, and outside was dark as well. What time was it? I found my phone in my purse nearby that was covered in Rochelle's blood. It was nearly 10 at night. Slowly, I slipped out of the closet and ran for the closet's bathroom and slammed the door shut and locked it from the inside. The moment I looked in the mirror, I felt sick to my stomach. I saw myself covered in Rochelle's blood. Face, neck, chest, my entire front half covered in blood. My eyes no longer were blue, but were bloodshot, and I was skinnier than before. I glanced down at myself. I now looked like Rochelle, skinny, flat stomach, perkier chest and butt. Panicking, I hurried and washed as much blood off myself as I could, trying to figure out what to do. And the only solution that came to mind was to call Matt. But I froze. Matt would blame the pills. Maybe. I didn't want him to think bad of me. Would he help me hide Rochelle's body? Well, half of her was in my stomach. I ate Rochelle. I freaking ate her. To be honest, I didn't regret it. As I washed myself and scrubbed at my face, I felt something slimy slick off half of my face, and I glanced down and nearly screamed. My face was in the sink. I looked in the mirror to see my body was rotting. There was rotting holes all over me. Why didn't I see them earlier? And I smelled even worse than before. I pulled my phone out and called Matt. He answered on the 4th ring.
Shay, are you okay? You sound weird.
I tried to explain the situation, but all that came out was, What was wrong with me? I couldn't speak. I pulled the pills out and saw one of the side effects was the inability to speak. So I tried again.
Very funny, Shay. When you sober up, call me.
He hung up, and I felt the frustration tears at the edge of my eyes. In the corner of my eyes, I saw the wall glowing blue flames. A circle appeared with lettering I did not recognize as English, and suddenly a handsome man walked through, except for that he wasn't a man. His skin turned a dark shade of red, his eyes black as night, and horns on his forehead. I hurried and ran into one of the stalls and shut the door and locked it. Cheyenne, there is no use hiding from me. We made a contract. You and me. You verbally agreed on the phone. I cried out. I know. Just come out. I don't want to hurt you, my sweet flesh-eating friend. I can't reverse what you had done, but I can clean up your mess for free. All you have to do is come out. I fell to my knees and sobbed. For how long, I don't know. So I decided to write this down, hoping someone would read it and send help, or at least warn them. If you see an ad in the middle of the night, a pill that can melt your fat away, it can also turn you into a monster. Just be happy with who you are. I'm afraid I don't have much time. I don't know what this demon wants with me, but for some reason he knew what I'd become and wants me. Please don't take glowing blue pills to lose weight. I should have listened to my friend Matt. If you see him, let him know I'm sorry.